Jabari Parker's had a rough go of it lately here after Duke's less than impressive win over Virginia. Cody Wins 25 tweeted, Jabari Parker takes just one shot in the last 7 minutes of the game, finishes with 8 points. Second time this year he's been held in single digits. So let's get the real story here from our Duke insider, Chris Spatola, who joins us now from Raleigh. And Chris, Parker averaged 22 points a game the first 12 games of the season. The last 4, though, the production has been cut in half. What's been the difference here in the lack and the dip in the productivity?
Well, we're over halfway through the season, and coaches have seen a lot of tape on Duke, and coaches have a tendency to steal what they think works well. You know, in the college game, compared to the NBA game, it's a lot easier to guard a really good player. You can shrink the floor. You can bring help early. I think teams are guarding him with a man and a half and forcing other guys on Duke to be scorers. The other thing is Jabari Parker's defending inside, and I think having to wrestle for position, wrestle for rebounds, and then go down on the other end and score 20 a game, I think it's taken its toll. But look, good news is he's a freshman. Freshmen all go through this. I think he'll work it out.
Chris, I think you make a great point about shrinking the court. Now, if I'm the coach, and I would never be on the level of Coach K, clearly, but I would say to the young fella, simplify the game. You saw what Andrew Wiggins did at Kansas when he was struggling. You see the numbers in the dip in Jabari Parker. He needs to get on the backboard first. Make it easy by getting some second chance opportunities, but also assert yourself on the defensive backboard. I think when you start to do those things, it gets you more into the basketball game. I think that shot selection gets a little bit better, and I think it all starts with him getting back on the backboard.
Chris, I think it goes without saying it's been a difficult month or so for Coach Mike Krzyzewski. He lost his brother William the day after Christmas, and he publicly acknowledged that it's affecting him and how he's coaching. How do you think his mourning and grieving process, though, has affected the way this Duke team has played?
Well, you know, Coach K is a guy who throws himself 100% into preparing his team. And so to have to grieve for the sudden loss of his brother, certainly takes away from that. The other thing, guys, I've known Coach K a long time, and this is a guy who rarely shows weakness. He always projects strength to his team. And I think it might have knocked his team back, seeing their coach, this great coach, have to grieve for his brother. I think it knocked his players back. I think it was just a confluence of a bunch of events surrounding this tragic loss of his brother.
Yeah, very tragic and unfortunate situation, Chris. Now, getting back to the court, the Syracuse team has been probably the most elite team in the ACC thus far in the season, but a lot of talk about how the ACC has been disappointing. In what area do you think the ACC has been the most disappointing?
I think at the top, we can't really hold, at least I never said that the ACC had a whole lot of depth, but I think we thought at the start of the year they had 5 or 6 teams that would be really good. Duke and North Carolina have had their ups and downs, and when those two teams struggle, it seems like alarm bells go off. Virginia hasn't been very good. Joe Harris, I think everybody thought would be an all-ACC player. He has struggled. BC, everybody thought was like an in vogue pick to play well. They've stunk through most of the season. So I think when you look at the top, Syracuse has certainly held the ACC together. I think Pitt is a very good basketball team, but the rest of those top teams have not played well.
Duke insider Chris Spatola, tell it like it is. We like that, Chris.
Give the man
Thanks very
30
much.
minutes.
That's
I
right.
mean, he's always dropping knowledge, isn't he?
Appreciate it, Chris. Thanks very much.